X-Pac, 12360.
When I came into WWE, it's hard for people to actually believe this, but at that time frame, the wrestling war was real. And it always makes me laugh when guys go, war wasn't real. Bullshit. I didn't care. No, it was real. There was a little bit of underlying heat amongst the boys if you came from WCW or vice versa. It's just the way that it was. And so when I came into WWE with all the pomp and circumstance and, the Millennium Man, the countdown, and, first night interrupting The Rock, I'm sure I had nuclear heat just by the fact that I was doing it. Yeah. Combine that with the fact that I was completely oblivious to that, knew really nothing about the politics of what was going on. I was just doing my thing. I remember I called Undertaker boring on TV, on Raw. I called him boring. And, just laughing at that right now, like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? And I remember Taker, even at the time, was laughing, and he said it was even worse because he had just cut this super boring promo. Right. So it was like really like this young upstart going like, boy, that was the shits. And it was the shits. But for Taker to hear that, and then, of course, Shawn is there, and Hunter's there, and Steve is there, and everyone is there thinking, who does this guy think he is, right? And then Vince, I remember the first real feud that I had was with Chyna. And he said to me, do you mind working with a woman? And I said, no, like, I don't mind at all. I'll be happy to. And he goes, I don't want you to treat her with kid gloves. I want you to to work with her like you would work with a guy. I don't want you to pull any punches. I don't want you to stiff her, but do what you do. So I did that, and as a result, I remember she did get a little bit of a black eye once. By the way, her forearm strikes were stiff as fuck.
You ain't shit. So man, tell me about it. She broke my nose with one of those son of a bitches. Wow. Yeah.
So it's not like she was not working hard herself.
Yes.
Combine that with the fact that, and I'm saying this with all respect to her, because I do respect all that she did, but it's the classic "you're not as good as you think you are" syndrome. So when I came in there to put together a match with her, and you know how I am, Sean, we've worked together many times.
Yep.
If I feel it's right, I'll stick with it. If I feel there's a better idea, I'll take it. Her ideas were never better, and I had no problem saying, listen, I see what you're saying, but my idea is right. And the two matches that we had were probably two of the better matches that she had, in her time in WWE. But combine all that with, heat and some stiff shots and the fact that I was very, stubborn in how I put together matches and stood up for what I believed in, it did lead to a lot of heat. I did not know that you're the one that went and complained to Vince about it.
Yeah.
But, it was you, Hunter, Chyna. It was a combination of all three that did lead Vince. I believe it was 2 months in. It was in Tampa, Florida, to basically tell me it's the classic line. You're as green as grass, and you're not worth the paper that your contract is printed on.
Which he was wrong about both of those things, actually.
Well, he was, but at the time, I wasn't as good as I thought I was either, because you came the other way around. You came from WWE to WCW.
Right.
Now, when you got to WCW,